The diagram ABC is a drawing of a triangular piece of property. AB is equal to 125 feet, AC is equal to 315 feet, and angle BAC is equal to 62.5 degrees. Calculate, therefore, the length BC. So here we have this triangle, and our goal is to figure what is the length BC. Okay, so notice that we have this triangle. We put it here. Let's label this triangle, right? We label this side as small a. That's the side that we're trying to figure out, all right? So we label it small a. And the opposites, the angle that is opposite this side, we label this angle capital A. And then we say that B is 125 feet and C is equal to 315 feet. And so we don't know what A is, as we're trying to find. We know what B is. B is 125 feet, and we know what C is. C is 315 feet. And so, and capital A is equal to 62.5 degrees. And so we're going to use the cosine rule for finding length, which is A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos of A, to figure out what is going to be the value of A, and in turn, it's going to tell us what's going to be the length of BC. Okay, so let's substitute. B is 125, so we have 125 squared. C is 315, so we have 315 squared. B is 125, C is 315, and capital A is 62.5. Next, we're going to say, okay, well, 125 squared plus 315 squared is 114,850, or 114,850. And we have 2 times 125 times 315. And what we do here is we say 2 multiplied by 125 multiplied by 315, and that gives us 78,750. But we still have cosine of 62 degrees. Next, we say, okay, 114,850 minus 78,750 times cosine of 62.5 is going to be equal to 78,487.29671. And so we have that A squared is equal to this particular number. But we want to get rid of the power of 2, so we're going to take the square root of both sides, all right? Take the square root of both sides. And so this cancel with that. So we have that A is equal to the square root of 78,487.29671. Now, what's the square root of this value? Well, the square root is going to be equal to 280.1558436. Now, what we do is we express our answer correct to 2 decimal points, or correct to 2 decimal places. Notice that this number here is 5. And once it's 5 or greater, you can add 1. Once it's 5 or greater, you can round up. So we add 1 to 5, and so there's going to be 6. So 280.16 is going to be what A is, correct to 2 decimal places. And so what that means that the length of BC is going to be equal to 280.16. And so let's write that down. So that means that BC, right? BC is equal to, correct to 2 decimal places, 280.16. And so that's what the length of BC is equal to, 280. Oh, by the way, let's put the feet, 280.16 feet. 280.16 feet. All right. Next, we need to figure out what is the area of this piece of property. So the area of the piece of property, triangle ABC. So we have triangle ABC, and our goal is to figure out what is the area of this triangle. We're going to use this formula for the area of the triangle. The area of a triangle is going to be equal to a half AB sine C. That's the formula we're using. In this case, A is 125 feet, B is 315 feet, and C is this given angle. And so the area is a half multiplied by 125 multiplied by 315 sine of C. And so what do? We say, okay, let's take a half and we express a half as 0.5. And so we have 0.5 multiplied by 125 multiplied by 315 multiplied by sine of 62.5. So we multiply everything. So 0.5 multiplied by 1. We have 0.5 multiplied by 125 multiplied by 315 multiplied by sine of 62.5 degrees. And when we multiply this whole thing, we get 17,463.02578. And that's our answer to this question. But we are going to write it correct to 2 decimal places. Notice that this is 5. And so once it's 5 or greater, we can round up. So the area correct to 2 decimal places is going to be 17463.03 feet squared, right? Feet squared. And that's going to be the answer correct to 2 decimal places. And that's the answer to this question.